Have you ever felt like your legs no longer belong to you? There was a time when those legs carried you everywhere. Up the hill, through the grocery store aisles, out to the garden to pick a few fresh basil leaves behind the house. And yet lately, just standing up from a chair feels heavy, like every step is slowly turning into a quiet struggle. It's not pain, it's something else, a fading strength, as if your body is whispering to you that something is slipping away. You might think, oh, well, I guess I'm just getting old. And who wouldn't think that? Just like Mrs. Helen, a retired librarian in Michigan. At 71, her legs began trembling every morning. Not pain, just uncertainty. She said, "It feels like I'm losing a part of myself I never paid much attention to until it started slipping away." But what if I told you there's a surprising reason behind all of this? And what if, in just 12 hours, yes, just 12 hours, you could feel a real difference? No pills, no doctor visits, just one simple food. Something you may already have sitting in your kitchen. This isn't magic. It's not some marketing gimmick. This is science, straightforward, natural, and especially for those who believe strength isn't something we lose. It's something we can get back. So before we dive in, if you've ever quietly thought to yourself, I wish my legs were as strong as they used to be, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a simple comment below. I want my legs back. Just one sentence. Because maybe your words will make someone out there feel less alone in their journey. Now go make yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee, find a quiet little corner, and sit with me, like two old friends, as we talk about one small thing that could help you reclaim your legs and yourself. 1. Beetroot and nitric oxide, restoring blood flow to your leg muscles. To truly begin rebuilding the strength in your legs in a lasting way, we have to start with something often overlooked, yet it's one of the silent root causes of leg weakness as we age: poor circulation. Let me share a surprising truth with you. There's a common food, one you might walk past without a second thought, that's now being researched as a powerful natural therapy for vascular dementia and chronic fatigue in older adults. That's how much it can improve circulation. If you're serious about regaining clarity, strength, and flexibility, hit the subscribe button now. Each part of this video is like a brick in the foundation of a stronger, more independent body, one you can rely on again. Let's begin with a little picture. Imagine you're trying to water a small garden in your backyard, but the hose is bent. You may have the best soil, the perfect sunlight, but if the water can't flow, the plants can't survive. That's what happens inside your body, especially in your legs, as you age. The blood vessels that feed your lower limbs, including arteries and capillaries, gradually narrow, stiffen, and stop responding well to nerve signals. It's not just reduced blood flow. It's the slower delivery of oxygen, fewer nutrients reaching your muscles, and a buildup of waste that your body can't flush out efficiently. And the result? Your legs may feel heavy, tire out faster, or react more slowly. Even if you're eating well and staying active, your leg strength might still be declining, and you don't know why. The reason could lie in one tiny molecule, nitric oxide, NO, a natural gas your body produces inside the lining of your blood vessels. Its job? To signal your blood vessels to relax and open, allowing blood to flow more easily where it's needed. Here's the good news. Your body can make more nitric oxide through food, and one of the superstars of this list is beetroot. Especially when eaten raw or juiced, beets are packed with natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. And within just a few hours, that nitric oxide begins widening your blood vessels, improving blood flow in real measurable ways. A 2015 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults who drank beetroot juice showed a noticeable improvement in leg muscle strength in a short time, especially in the fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are vital for balance and fall prevention. And this isn't just theory. In real-life mobility tests like standing up from a chair, walking short distances, climbing stairs, the improvements were visible and felt. So what can you do starting today? Just 90 minutes before you go for a walk, do gentle exercise or even light chores around the house. Eat 1 to 2 medium-sized beets or drink 8 to 10 ounces, 250 to 300 milliliters, of fresh beet juice. Why 90 minutes? Because that's when your body finishes converting nitrates into nitric oxide, sending that rich blood flow down into your leg muscles. Want to boost the effect? After consuming the beets, do 20 minutes of gentle movement, like walking around the yard, slow cycling, or even some easy leg stretches in place. When you fuel your body with nitrates and activate it with movement, blood flows into your legs like a stream that's been unlocked, gushing to life. Now, some of you might worry that beets taste a bit sweet. Don't worry. Pair them with high fiber or light protein foods like leafy greens, flax seeds, or a scoop of Greek yogurt to keep your blood sugar steady. The mobility boost far outweighs any minor sugar concern, especially when timed right. And if this feels helpful to you, consider subscribing. We'll walk through simple, science-based strategies tailored to the changing body of older adults. Strategies you can use at home, in your own time. Each video here isn't about overwhelming you with facts. It's about helping you apply real solutions in a way that feels gentle, clear, and doable. And in the next part, we'll look at another silent yet stubborn enemy, one that's slowly eating away at your leg strength without you even realizing it: chronic inflammation. 2. Choline, the nutrient that reconnects your brain and legs. Strong legs in old age aren't just about muscles. They're about something deeper: the ability of your brain to send clear signals to your body. You might be eating right, you might be exercising, but if the wires carrying the commands from your brain to your legs are damaged or disconnected, your muscles simply won't obey. That's why rebuilding muscle alone isn't enough. We have to restore the connection between your nervous system and your muscles. The connection that controls every step you take, every time you sit down or rise from a chair. And the critical player in this whole process is a chemical messenger called acetylcholine, a special neurotransmitter that acts like the postman, delivering orders from your brain directly to the muscle fibers. Every time you want to move, stand up, take a step, stretch your legs, your brain sends a signal, but that signal doesn't travel directly to the muscle. It must be converted into acetylcholine, a microscopic gaseous protein that acts as the bridge between nerves and muscles. So what happens if your body doesn't have enough acetylcholine? Your legs start reacting slower. Your balance declines noticeably. You may begin experiencing hand tremors, leg tremors, or unsteadiness more often. And here's the concern. As we age, our bodies produce less acetylcholine. At the same time, the receptors in the muscles, the sites where acetylcholine delivers its signal, also grow weaker. This is one of the main reasons older adults are more prone to falls and slower reflexes, even if they were steady and agile just a few years ago. The good news? There's a natural way to repair this precious communication pathway. It's called choline, the direct precursor to acetylcholine. And it doesn't come in a pill bottle. It's sitting right there in your breakfast. According to a 2012 research review published in Nutrients, getting choline through food can increase acetylcholine production within 6 to 12 hours, especially when your brain is preparing for movement. So what's the richest food source of choline? Eggs, specifically the yolk. Just 2 whole eggs can provide over 300 milligrams of natural choline, enough to spark the brain-muscle reconnection and help you move with more control, more steadiness, and more confidence. This isn't just a basic nutrition tip. It's a real neuromuscular recovery protocol for anyone who's experiencing unsteady walking, slight tremors when moving, anxiety or hesitation when climbing stairs. That feeling that your legs don't respond as quickly as they used to. Here's how to try it. Start your morning with 2 whole eggs, eaten about 30 minutes after waking up, alongside a protein source rich in leucine, like cottage cheese or whey protein. Why in the morning? Because after a full night's sleep, your brain is running low on acetylcholine. It's when your motor neurons are most thirsty for signals. Supplying choline at this moment helps kickstart your brain's control center at exactly the right time. Have you ever had a high-protein breakfast and suddenly felt more alert, more balanced, more grounded as you moved? That wasn't your imagination. That was your central nervous system firing on all cylinders, thanks to acetylcholine doing its job. And the benefits don't stop at leg strength. Choline also sharpens memory, boosts focus, and improves reaction time, helping you reclaim both physical and mental clarity. If you're vegetarian or don't eat eggs, there are still options. Quinoa, Brussels sprouts, soybeans, or green peas. But keep in mind, egg yolks are the most bioavailable source of choline, meaning your body absorbs and uses it much more efficiently than from plant sources. In short, a breakfast with 2 eggs and a spoonful of cottage cheese isn't just a tasty meal. It's a daily dose of reconnection, helping your brain and legs work as one again, so you can move through life with confidence and control. In the next part, we'll talk about low-grade chronic inflammation, the silent enemy that's eating away at your muscles day by day, without warning, and how to extinguish that fire right from your kitchen. 3. Neural disconnection. Your muscles aren't dead, they're just asleep. For decades, we believed that seniors lose strength simply because their muscles vanish, a condition known as atrophy. It was accepted as a fact. Once you turn 60, your body just starts going downhill. And when muscle is lost, it's gone for good. So many older adults simply surrender to that belief. Well, I'm getting old, of course I'm getting weak. But modern neuroscience is now painting a completely different picture. A picture that's more hopeful, more empowering, and most importantly, actionable. Scientists have discovered something surprising. Many older adults aren't weak because they've lost muscle. They're weak because they've lost the connection between the brain and the muscles. In other words, your muscles are still there. Your brain just can't call them anymore. Here's how to picture it. Your body is like a house. Your brain is the control center. And your muscle groups, especially in your legs, are like the rooms. Now, if the electrical wires are cut, even if the light bulbs are brand new and ready to shine, the rooms stay dark. Same goes for your body. Your muscles aren't dead, but the electricity, the signals from your brain, aren't reaching them anymore. A study from the University of Calgary revealed that as early as age 40, motor neurons, the nerve cells that carry movement commands, begin to quietly deteriorate. These are the wires that run from your brain and spinal cord to your leg muscles. As they fade, the signals become weaker, broken, and eventually lost. And you feel the consequences in your daily life. You sit for a while, then try to stand, but your legs feel unstable. You walk a short distance, but you tire quickly, even though you used to walk just fine. Your legs feel slower to react, more off balance than they used to be. Most people think, well, that's just age, nothing to do about it. But no, this isn't a natural law of aging. It's the breakdown of your motor nerve network. And the remarkable thing is, your muscles are still there. They've just been forgotten. In the Calgary study, researchers observed that even when leg muscles seemed weak, the muscle fibers were still intact, still capable of contracting. They just hadn't been activated because the brain had stopped sending signals, like a machine that still works perfectly, but nobody flipped the switch. Here's the good news. You can flip that switch back on. Restoring the brain to muscle connection isn't complicated, if you know how. And when you reconnect that circuit, amazing things begin to happen. You stand up more easily, your legs feel steadier, less shaky. You react faster when walking, turning, or catching your balance. And it doesn't take expensive drugs or fancy equipment. It starts with simple, practical actions right at home. From what you eat at breakfast, to how you move, to the nutrients you give your body each day. We'll go into more detail on all of that in the next section. But first, there's something I want you to remember. Your strength hasn't disappeared. It's just offline for now. And our job is to reconnect that signal, to wake those sleeping muscles so your legs can obey, stabilize, and energize you once again. In the next part, we'll explore a remarkable nutrient, one that can flip that switch back on within hours of eating it. If you've ever felt like your legs just don't listen to you anymore, this is the section you absolutely cannot miss. 4. A lack of nerve nutrients is what's breaking the brain-muscle connection. Have you ever found yourself standing up from a chair slowly, feeling unsteady? Or maybe your legs feel like they're no longer Getting the message from your brain? Many older adults think this is just a normal part of aging, but the truth runs deeper than that. It's not just about getting older. It's because the brain and the muscles are no longer in communication. Right in the middle of that conversation is something critical: your spinal cord. It doesn't just relay orders from your brain down to your muscles. It acts as the central signal hub, deciding whether that message travels quickly or slowly, clearly or with interference. And this hub, quite literally, needs to be nourished, constantly, with specific nutrients that help maintain the clarity and speed of that message. When these nutrients run low, the signals weaken. And when signals weaken, muscles stop responding. Let's look at it another way. Think of your muscles as a skilled team of workers, and your nervous system is the foreman, shouting orders through a loudspeaker. But if the battery in that speaker runs low, even if the foreman knows exactly what to do, the workers can't hear a thing. That battery is your nerve nutrition. Here's the good news. You can recharge that battery. No complicated medical devices, no harsh drugs, just the right foods, providing the right nutrients your nervous system and muscles are silently starving for. Scientists call the space where your nerve meets your muscle the neuromuscular junction. It's the exact point where your brain's command turns into movement, like a spark that jumps from wire to motor. But when this junction is undernourished, the spark becomes weak, unstable, or disappears altogether. Fortunately, recent studies show just hours after consuming specific amino acids, B vitamins, and acetylcholine precursors, the efficiency of this neural signal can be significantly restored. Incredible, isn't it? This means, with the right meal, your legs may feel steadier in just a few hours. With the right nutrients, you may regain the quick reflexes and strength you thought were gone for good. And the best part? These nutrients aren't locked away in expensive supplements. They're all packed inside a single familiar food, easy to find in any supermarket. This food isn't just rich in muscle-repairing protein. It also contains exactly the neuronutrients your aging nervous system is desperate for. So when you eat it, you're not just feeding your muscles, you're waking them up. You're reactivating the entire communication line between brain and body. Science calls this reactivating the neuromuscular axis. But for you, it will feel more like this. You walk with firmer steps. The wobbliness fades away. Your legs finally listen, again after years of silence. And in the next part, we'll dive into this exact food. A remarkable ingredient that can activate your motor nerve network and rebuild the connection between brain and legs in as little as 6 to 12 hours after eating it. If you've ever felt like you were slowly losing control over your own legs, then the next part is your key, the door back to strength, clarity, and control. 5. Leucine, the critical amino acid that wakes up sleeping muscles. Before you go searching for ways to build more muscle, there's a more important question to ask first. Is your brain even activating the muscle you already have? After age 65, the issue isn't always that you don't have enough muscle. It's that the muscle is there, but the connection is shut off. And if the signal from your brain can't reach your muscle, then even if the muscle is still intact, it won't move. It won't help. That's why this part is all about discovering one biological key that can flip the switch back on. A powerful amino acid called leucine. Leucine isn't just a nutrient. In the scientific world, it's considered a molecular trigger, like a finger that flips the muscle rebuilding switch, especially after age 60, when your body's ability to regenerate has already started slowing down dramatically. You see, when you eat a meal with protein, your body isn't just absorbing calories or energy. It's also scanning for signals, molecular cues that tell your body it's time to rebuild. And among those signals, leucine is the strongest. Here's the catch. Your body cannot make leucine on its own. You have to get it from food. There's no other way. So what exactly does leucine do? Inside your body, leucine flips on a genetic switch called mTOR, short for mammalian target of rapamycin. This is the command center that tells your body to start synthesizing muscle protein, repairing and rebuilding tissue. Think of it like this. mTOR is the control panel in the muscle building factory. Leucine is the key that turns the power on. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2011 showed that even a single meal rich in leucine can strongly activate mTOR and restart the muscle-building process, even in older adults. This is huge because after 60, the body becomes resistant to muscle signals. That means you might eat protein, but your body doesn't respond the way it used to. But leucine has the unique ability to override that resistance, delivering the signal directly to where it's needed. Just a few hours after getting enough leucine, your muscle rebuilding engine begins to turn back on. So why do many seniors still feel weak, tired, or wobbly, even when they're eating enough protein? Because the problem isn't how much protein they eat, it's about two things. Is the protein rich in leucine? And are they eating it at the right time, when their body is most sensitive to rebuilding cues? The truth is, many older adults eat just enough protein to avoid losing muscle, but not enough leucine to actively rebuild it. That's why strength continues to fade. Slowly, silently. Here's the solution. Center your first meal of the day around leucine-rich foods. Eggs, beef, chicken, especially whey protein, one of the most easily absorbed proteins with optimal leucine content. You need just 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine. That's about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. To flip the mTOR switch and start the rebuilding process. Want faster, more reliable results? Whey protein isolate is the go-to choice among doctors, athletes, and yes, even those over 70. It's not just high in leucine, it also contains all the essential amino acids in the ideal ratio to help you regain strength, walk with more stability, shake off that wobbly, weak-legged feeling you get in the morning. Because in the morning, after a long night of fasting, your body is starving for leucine. That's the golden window when you can deliver the muscle activation signal and get your legs back online. Strong, responsive, and ready to support you. Try starting your day with a whey protein shake or a leucine-rich breakfast, and within just a few days, you'll likely feel the difference in your legs and the confidence that comes with moving freely once again. 6. Chronic inflammation, the silent enemy stealing your muscle strength. Over time, there's a kind of noise happening inside your body, but you can't hear it. It's not ringing in your ears. It's not the crunch of your joints in the morning. It's something far more subtle, a low, smoldering fire, quietly burning at the foundation of your health. It's called chronic inflammation, and it's silently chipping away at the strength of your legs, bit by bit, day by day. Unlike acute inflammation, the kind that happens after an injury, with swelling, redness, and pain, chronic inflammation doesn't scream, it doesn't swell, it doesn't announce itself, but it's far more dangerous because it spreads silently, slowly, and often lasts for months or even years. And then one day, you find your legs feeling weaker, climbing stairs gets harder, even sitting and standing makes you feel wobbly. You tell yourself it's aging, but it might be something else entirely. That fire of silent inflammation, quietly damaging your muscles and nerves from the inside out. A 2020 study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that even low levels of inflammation, measured by markers like CRP, C-reactive protein, and IL-6, interleukin-6, can cause noticeable loss of muscle mass and strength in older adults, even if they're eating well and staying active. What does this mean? It means you could be doing all the right things, eating right, walking daily, and still losing strength if that underlying inflammation isn't addressed. Why is that? Because chronic inflammation attacks on multiple fronts. It disrupts muscle protein synthesis, so your muscles don't repair properly after activity. It damages mitochondria, the little engines that fuel your muscles. It blocks brain-to-muscle signaling, weakening your body's ability to respond, even if the muscle is still there. In other words, your muscles aren't dead, they're just not being awakened. And inflammation is the reason your body stops sending the wake-up call. Now, you might think fighting this requires expensive medication or some special supplement, but no. The solution is right there in your fridge. Specifically, dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, mustard greens, Swiss chard, arugula. These humble vegetables are natural anti-inflammatory powerhouses, rich in polyphenols, chlorophyll, magnesium, and natural nitrates, all of which help cool the body's internal fire. One compound stands out in particular: quercetin, found in high amounts in kale and mustard greens. A 2019 study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that just 2 to 4 weeks of eating quercetin-rich greens daily, alongside light physical activity, significantly lowered inflammation markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. This is critical for seniors. Lower inflammation means stronger muscles, better memory, improved heart health, and a more resilient immune system. So if you're looking for a simple, natural way to rescue your legs and reawaken your body, start by adding 1 bowl of leafy greens to your first meal of the day. Why the first meal? Because your body follows a circadian rhythm, an internal clock that regulates your immune system, hormones, and even your inflammatory response. If your first meal is rich in anti-inflammatory foods, your body gets the message: today is a safe day. Let's rebuild, not defend. To absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin K and beta-carotene, pair your greens with a healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado. Add a splash of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar for better digestion and nutrient absorption. Simple, affordable, easy, but deeply powerful. Because if you don't extinguish this quiet fire, it will burn through your strength, your memory, and your independence. So start tomorrow morning with a warm bowl of sautéed spinach and olive oil, or a kale salad with avocado and apple cider vinegar. That's not just a meal, it's an act of reclaiming control over your health in older age. 7. Timing protein. Intake matters more than the amount. When it comes to rebuilding muscle in older adults, especially weak legs after 60, most people focus on how much protein they're eating every day. They load up on eggs, drink milk, add whey protein. But very few realize it's not just the amount of protein that matters. It's the timing that decides whether your muscles recover or not. This is the difference between eating to feel full and eating to truly rebuild. Picture your body like a dry field during a drought. You can pour as much water as you want, but if you dump it all at once in the middle of a blazing hot afternoon, the soil can't absorb it. The water just runs off. But if you water at the right time, in the early morning or cool evening, the plants absorb it, grow strong, and thrive. Protein is the same. If you load all your protein into a big dinner at night, your body, especially after age 60, no longer has the capacity to absorb and use all of it effectively. The excess gets flushed out or stored as energy, not as new muscle. That's because as we age, our bodies develop something called anabolic resistance, which simply means our muscles become less responsive to protein. So even if you eat enough protein each day, your body won't build muscle if you eat it at the wrong time. So what's the solution? A 2014 study from the University of Texas found something fascinating. Older adults who spread their protein evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner had up to 25% higher muscle protein synthesis than those who consume most of their protein at dinner. Why? Because every meal with enough protein activates a muscle-building signal, like flipping a rebuild switch. If you do that 3 times a day instead of just once late at night, you're sending that signal more often with better results. And this effect becomes even stronger if you eat protein 30 to 60 minutes after light activity, like walking, stretching, or gentle exercise. That window is known as the anabolic window, a brief period when your muscle cells open up and say, "I'm ready. Give me what I need to grow." Here's how it might look in your day. Breakfast: a bowl of Greek yogurt with hemp seeds and berries, or 3 eggs with sautéed spinach and some lentils on the side. Post-activity: a smoothie with banana and protein powder, or a bowl of quinoa tossed with beans and olive oil. Dinner: keep it balanced. Don't overload with protein. Your body can only process about 30 to 40 grams at one time. Anything extra gets wasted or stored as fat. Remember, eating less at the right time is far more effective than eating more at the wrong time. When you spread your protein wisely, you're not just nourishing your muscles. You're waking them up, telling them, stay strong, keep moving, keep living. Because muscle isn't just for walking, It's a living organ that controls your metabolism, regulates body temperature, supports immunity, and keeps you independent as you age. A strong, well-nourished body after 65 isn't just more mobile. It also sleeps better, remembers more clearly, feels more emotionally balanced, and is far less likely to fall or fracture a bone. And all of that can start with something as simple as eating your protein at the right time. 8. Foods that silently steal your muscle. Picture this. You're walking daily, drinking your milk, eating your eggs, doing some light strength training, but your legs still feel weak. Your thighs stay soft. Your balance feels shakier than it used to. You might be silently undoing all your progress, with certain everyday foods in your kitchen that seem harmless, but aren't. Here's the hard truth. It's not enough to eat more protein, more veggies, or more supplements. There are certain foods that, if you keep eating them after age 65, your body won't just struggle to rebuild muscle. It may start breaking down the strength you've worked so hard to gain. Here are 4 muscle destroyers quietly lurking in many seniors' diets, especially in the US, simply because no one warned them. 1. Diet sodas and artificial sweeteners. That can of zero-calorie soda, that sugar-free candy, those guilt-free sweetener packets. They may seem harmless, but they're a nightmare for aging muscles. Aspartame and sucralose, the most common artificial sweeteners, have been shown to disrupt the gut microbiome, which in turn reduces your body's ability to absorb amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. They also mess with your insulin response, which means your body struggles to deliver protein into muscle cells effectively. The result? You're eating enough protein, but your body can't use it to build muscle. 2. White bread and refined grains. That morning toast might feel light on your stomach, but white bread causes a spike in insulin followed by a crash. This cycle triggers low-grade inflammation, which over time damages muscle tissue. Even worse, these refined grains are stripped of fiber and B vitamins, nutrients essential for turning protein into muscle. So more refined carbs equals less leg strength over time. 3. Industrial vegetable oils, canola, soybean, corn oil. These cheap so-called diet-friendly oils are packed with omega-6 fatty acids, which create silent inflammation across your muscles and joints. This inflammation doesn't hurt, but it's one of the top culprits behind muscle loss after 60, according to research from the National Institute on Aging. A better choice? Use extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or cold-pressed coconut oil, natural anti-inflammatory fats that support both heart and muscle health. 4. Processed meats, sausage, deli meat, bacon. Yes, they're high in protein, but these meats are loaded with preservatives like nitrites and sodium phosphate. These chemicals disrupt protein metabolism, damage muscle tissue, and increase your risk of osteoporosis and sarcopenia, muscle loss and aging. They also cause fluid retention, raise blood pressure, and impair the nervous system responsible for muscle control. So what should you do? Gradually remove these harmful foods from your daily meals. Focus on clean proteins, wild-caught salmon, skinless chicken breast, pasture-raised eggs, lentils, quinoa. Choose healthy fats, olive oil, avocado, chia seeds. Fight inflammation with veggies, broccoli, kale, turmeric, ginger. Stay hydrated and move gently every day. Remember, seniors don't lose muscle because they're too old. They lose it because of the wrong habits repeated over years. Every bite is a message. Are you sending your body the signal to rebuild strength or to slowly drain it away? If you've made it this far, then chances are you're truly ready to make a change for the legs that once carried you through life, through markets and memories, staircases and sidewalks, but now feel slower, weaker, more tired, and make you wonder if you're slowly losing your independence. But please remember this: age is not a sentence for your muscles. Throughout this video, you've explored 8 essential keys, from getting enough high-quality protein at the right times, to understanding the power of nutrients like creatine, leucine, vitamin D, omega-3, and even the surprising muscle healing potential of something as simple as dark leafy greens. You've also learned that it's not just about eating the right foods, And it's about eating them at the right time, because without proper timing, your aging body, which already resists muscle growth, can't fully absorb and use the nourishment you give it. But most importantly, this video isn't just about nutrition or movement. It's about something deeper. Strength in old age is a choice, not a coincidence. You can choose to let time quietly chip away at your ability to stand tall, or you can choose to begin again with something as small and simple as a protein-rich breakfast, a bowl of sautéed greens with olive oil, a gentle walk after a meal, or even just understanding your body a little better today than you did yesterday. Your legs may feel weak, but your desire to stay active, to walk freely, to live independently until the very end, that fire has not gone out, and it's never too late to honor it. Now I want to hear from you. Out of the 8 insights we shared today, which one woke you up the most? Which one do you feel ready to try, starting tomorrow? Leave a comment below, because your words may not just help you. They might be the lifeline someone else out there needs right now. And please remember, everything shared in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. If you have serious health conditions or are on medication, talk to your doctor before making any changes to your diet or activity levels. If this video gave you value, don't stop here. On your screen right now, you'll see more videos, handpicked to guide, empower, and uplift you on your journey. Or if you're browsing the side panel, pick another video from our channel, a channel built for you with practical, powerful, and inspiring guidance for growing stronger with age. Just remember, your legs are not giving up on you. They're simply waiting for you to speak up and walk beside them again. See you in the next video.